Assalamu alaikum, good morning and good evening to everyone listening to this special edition of Kachaa. Today we will be looking at some serious allegations of corruption indeed. Beginning with the IEC, in fact, on the headlines we have IEC, there is a massive corruption unveiled at the IEC. Sunyaro, Sunyaro, Sunyaro. So, when UDP says Karreo Sunyatale, some people will be asking questions, but I just want you to listen. If you have been in doubt, please listen because Nyimen Kerajang, Kodobe IEC will cast pen, Adiate Yamen, Kanyoso, Adiate Yamen Tamala, Wumu Kensent. I don't believe that. And also, we'll be looking at one of the star witnesses at the local government commission, that is Saida Aisha Faal. We have a few sound bites here, maybe two or three or four. We'll quickly look at that, and then we have again Mbemba Drammeh of NPP. Akamunda about NPP. Remember, it looks like Mbemba has finally deserted NPP because ngaja WhatsApp group on dolba for yellow group because kumul candidate kumul controversial. Mbemba seems to have deserted the sinking ship of President Adama Barrow. So back masala damen wrong. I think we just start with the soundbite from Aisha and then Nimbodo Drongana IEC because IEC told Fong not to told Fong for because Kuno Nala Kiloba and Kuno Police report Police Nyunko started. It all began when the police made a publication that they are looking into the special audit report that reviewed the IEC, and in fact they are investigating the matter. And yeah, they said they will let the public know as to how far they go with that investigation. So this is just the beginning of that, and I know we are not expecting to hear anything in the short term because it looks like a very complex matter. Many along your patients, so I would want to read because sometimes it is good despite time because we look at the news it is sometimes very very important. Because I want to go a little bit deeper. But I just want to read it for those of you many along you have Albe Parila Kela Moyala because I Kujamala entail the allegation Kumaseta Damendo, and then of course there was a management response from the IEC because Nemo to me Gameno Wole Mandela Jakalo Bedding Hanin Commission Nemo Moka Kukele hands in the cookie jar, rate and pounds down. Akoego mark. You understand? So they wrote a management response, a very poor one, and then IEC not a respond. But name solbi and come ngafale nya mol tol fata jana meni alon ko do bol bulu. And also there is another one man of futa no lot of because it's just incredible. Apparently Masakunda as a whole about man for 21 million be filir in me alon ko fana Masakunda ko hamo mende wolen ka ko do man tamol bulu. Can you imagine that? Ko be menkela wolem sai bala lela salary. But I know that we all know, let me just say, we all know that most of these people cannot just simply pay these monies back. So it's just incredible. It's just incredible. So let's begin with Seda. Seda last side, Memenkela. We are going to begin with a few relevant sites. Follow appointment isuing. We are going to start with that because it looks like an appointment happened and ala application and appointment be keta. What is
now, Madam Faal, what is the date of your application?
7th of June 2018.
7th June 2018. And date of your appointment?
7th June 2018.
You seem to be appointed the same day you applied for the job. Do you realize that?
I saw the dates.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we need to go too much into that. Just to let you know, this is a brief one. But let's go to this second part where the focus of this one is basically about the legality of her appointment in the first place. Okay, because obviously appointment you apply before you approve. So, but was it legal or illegal? Let's look into that.
The grade that you were given is 10.1.
Yes.
It's a managerial position.
Yes.
Were you aware that this grade you should have been subjected to an interview or an application process through this service commission, local government service commission?
No, I was not.
You were not aware and you were not told?
No, I wasn't told and I was not aware.
Right.
Okay. So you could see from her own testimony, these are not debatable or could be controversial, but not debatable anymore. Let's look at her qualification. Was she even qualified for this job in the first place? Let's look at that.
Are you familiar with the audit report for KMC 1st April 2017 to 31st December 2019? The issue of your qualifications were raised.
The what?
Are you familiar with that audit report, national audit report? The issues of your qualification for this position was raised.
Of course, yes.
You are familiar?
Yes.
And on page 35 of the report, that is the audit of Carnifing Municipal Council for period ended 1st April 2017 to 31st December 2019. It says low qualification for key positions. It says during the review of a sample of files, we identified a number of key positions by candidates that appear to fall short of the basics as established by the scheme of services. You know, we've already talked about the normal process for your application, and it was not followed. Now, as detailed in Annex 5, a number of them are direct entries to the position, but whom neither the qualification nor the experience is evidence to justify appointment. Now, this is the auditor speaking. And I will turn to the Annex 5, which can be found on page 68. You have series of individuals. It says Fatu Bojang, Mimi Kurubali, Sanjali Kanyi, Awajalo, Rohi Yabo, Awajalo, Musa Sise, Yamanjai, Khadijatu Saw, and then you have your name, Isatou Faal. Now, the remarks of the auditor says the qualification of the staff appears to be relatively low for the position of a manager of a specialized function of PR. What do you have to say about that?
That's their opinion.
Yeah, of course, that's what you got to say about that. So obviously she did not meet the qualification, and I think at some point she was dropped because she's not currently working there as of the time this commission was instituted. So obviously I think even she herself will agree that she was not qualified. But Birabe Dokolofana, when she was at work, she was literally cheating because she wasn't coming to work. Listen.
While working for the council in your role as the public relations manager, were you written to several times in relation to warning letters in relation to your absences from work?
I can only remember one with regards to that.
Just one?
And the other one, it was not specified.
What do you mean it is not specified?
Because I just received a warning letter which says your attitude towards work. What attitude exactly, it was not stated on the letter.
But you confirm you have been written to?
Yes.
On more than one occasion regarding not being punctual to work, not being present on several days.
The first one, I can't remember exactly. Maybe if you have a copy, let me go through it.
Yes, we have a copy. We will have it admitted on Monday when you come back.
Okay, no problem.
Accordingly, and you will have access to these documents. Are there any questions for this witness?
Okay, even me, I do not have any further questions for this witness. Obviously, she wasn't coming to work and she cannot deny it. The second letter she is referring to obviously was stating exactly the same thing, but because they said in the letter that they just spoke about her attitude towards work, so the fact that the explicit term was missing in the letter, she's trying to rely on that and use it as a defense to say that they were not talking about my absenteeism, but she knew very well that her absenteeism is what was being alluded to, and she has not been coming to work. I kid you not, she's been taking salary. So let's go to IEC, the very, very damning and disturbing report here. One of them, so let me say the beginning. I have to give credit here again, credit to Kerfatu. They have been meticulously reporting on this matter. And this would be a matter of national interest, and every media outlet in the Gambia should be reporting on this matter. I'm not saying that many people are not following, because maybe I haven't even checked them all out, but I think this is so controversial that it has to be everywhere. Everyone has to be talking about this. Because it's just the money involved is too much. I read Dulado, they said something like 300 million or something. I don't know how true, but let's go through this one for now. It says, despite IEC's assurances regarding the retirement and liquidation of funds, the audit team indicated that an outstanding retirement amount of 7 million can still be verified. They recommend that the commission take immediate steps to recover the unretired amounts from the individuals listed below. Name of returning officers, total unretired funds: Suleiman Juf, $443,196. Joseph Colley, $1,482,201. Anthony Robert Seka, $5,907,702. Amadou Tal, $2,281,418. Esa Balde, $179,080. Isatou Jallo Ndour, $18,589. Pamakan Khan, $353,930. Lamin Cham, $1,031,431. Lamin J Jadama, $20,800 Gambian dollars. So now, because they care for, again, credit to them, they did a meticulous reporting on this news. So I want to read this article for you, because this article is detailed, and it encompasses almost all corners of this problem. Okay, by Landing Cisse, the Gambia Police Force announced on October 15, 2024 that it has launched an investigation into the audit concerns raised in the special audit report by the Auditor General, which focuses on the financial activities of the Independent Electoral Commission. Referral. And before I go further, knowing that these people Kodobe Bulano, Mealonko, this audit report found that 2023, but I dated at 2020. Okay, we'll get into all that. Then you understand that these people have been given money literally. Karte Sunya is multifaceted. I'm not quite sure. I know the opposition told me that we are very confident that we know exactly but there I want to believe there's also this theory out there, and then it's going to be difficult. Inside the Puri yeah. Number matter in a way that they feel carbon and they know like exactly when. So the article went on to say, while the police refrained from providing further details about investigation into the electoral body, the announcement has sparked varying reactions among Gambian social commentators. Some have criticized the police for being selective in their approach to their investigation. But what exactly does the Auditor General's special audit report by the National Audit Office revealed about the financial operations of the IEC? Kerifaru delved into the key findings, comments, and recommendations from the National Audit Office report on the IEC's financial activities, covering the period of 1st January 2020 to December 31st, 2021. The report uncovers several irregular payments made by the IEC that are not in line with legal requirements. These include payments made to personnel not listed on the IEC's official posting roster, payments to unidentified temporary staff, transfers to private personal bank accounts of IEC staff, suspected misappropriation of public funds for personal use, fraudulent allowances, and unretired funds linked to election expenses, among other concerning findings. Key findings of the audit report include suspected fraudulent allowances. The Auditor General's report has uncovered millions of dollars were paid to IEC staff as allowances, which contravenes the 2018 Electoral Service Code. A review of payment voucher files during the audit report revealed that Commission disbursed allowances totaling $15,891,502.53 buduts. These payments included 3 months gross salary incentives, nomination allowances, supervision and monitoring allowances, and motivational tokens. Motivation to sunyaro. Additionally, the review of the 2018 Electoral Service Code indicated that these allowances were not authorized within the code, thereby rendering the payments fraudulent, according to the Auditor General. The Auditor General indicated that their examination of the payment voucher files uncovered a memo attached to these vouchers concerning the payment of allowances. This memo, authored by the CEO of IEC, was directed to the chairman of the commission for all elected periods included in the audit. In the memo, the audit report disclosed that the CEO stressed, as quote, as it has ever been the practice of the Commission, after the successful conduct of such exercises, to pay such incentives or bonus to commission members and staff of IEC, as it will serve as a motivation for staff and make them feel like they are working in the best place they can be. I don't get what that freaking mean. The Auditor General noted that the 2021 presidential election period coincided with staff party month at the end of the year. The CEO of the IEC addressed this in a memo, proposing that all staff receive a gross salary as an incentive of the postponement of the staff party, totaling 3 months' gross salary. Following the 2021 presidential election, the IEC disbursed $3,604,602.75 buduts to its staff as an election incentive. After the 2022 National Assembly election, the Auditor General reported that the IEC provided $3,666,801.90 budut as a bonus to its employees. In the aftermath of the 2023 councillorship and mayor or chairman elections, the Auditor General disclosed that the IEC awarded its staff $5,447,672.88 buduts as a motivational token. Additionally, the Auditor General revealed that the IEC allocated $643,550 for the payment of supervision, monitoring, and support staff for the December 2021 presidential election. The Auditor General disclosed that the Independent Electoral Commission disbursed a total of $1,024,875 to its staff for supervision, monitoring, supporting during the National Assembly elections held from March 1st to April 14th, 2022. For the 2023 councillorship and mayor and chairman elections, the Auditor General reported that the IEC paid its staff a total of $1,504,000 for similar supervisory roles, $1.5 million. In total, the IEC allocated $15,891,502.53 buduts to its staff in the form of bonuses, incentives, and motivational tokens, as highlighted by the Auditor General. Quote, the memo indicated that the management of the IEC colluded to pay allowances that are not covered within the Electoral Service Code and did not comply with the dictates of the duties of a public officer in the 1997 Constitution listed above. The dictates of this memo also meet our definition of fraud as per ISSAI 2040, and hence rendering the payment of the above mentioned allowances as fraudulent. That was quoted in the Auditor General, okay? The auditor's report, rather. There is a risk that the Commission is misappropriating or benefiting from public funds by simply using their authority to approve unscrupulous incentives or bonus payments that are not statutory, which can lead to the Commission wasting significant public resources. There is a risk of future occurrence of such payments, disrupting the normal operating activities of the Commission by diverting resources away from productive or genuine activity, the Auditor General revealed. The Auditor General has advised the management of the Independent Electoral Commission to ensure that allowances are only paid in accordance with the Electoral Code. The Auditor General emphasized the need for a clear and legitimate basis for these payments, advocating against decisions that are influenced solely by cultural and traditional practices. IEC's management response to the Auditor General on the audit report. As detailed in the report, the IEC management was given a chance to address the findings of the audit report on Commission's financial activities. In their response, the IEC stated that the payment of allowances and motivational tokens is constitutional, referring to Section 42, subsection 8 of the 1997 Constitution as the legal basis for these payments. The IEC emphasized that these payments serve as motivation for the risk faced during electoral processes and aim to enhance staff performance and retention. They clarified that the payment referenced in the audit as motivational were in fact election duty allowances provided to IEC officials at election house, similar to those in the IEC regional offices during election periods, and should not be mischaracterized as motivational payments. This is in line with Section 42(8) of the Constitution. Be informed, the Commission fully approved and endorsed the payment of motivation as requested by the CEO on behalf of all members and staff of the Commission. The payments of the allowances were duly approved by the chairman for all members of the Commission and all staff of IEC. This is a motivation for risks encountered in the conduct of election and as well as an encouragement for staff performance and retention. For supervision, monitoring and support staff payment, be rectified that it was not motivation payment as stated here in this audit report, but election duty allowance paid to IEC officials at election house like all other IEC officials in the IEC regional offices during election conducts for exigency of service. IEC responded to the Auditor General as captured in the audit report. That was the IEC's response. The Auditor General, of course, fired back. The Auditor General's comment and response to IEC management. The Auditor General has responded to the IEC expressing disagreement with the Commission's interpretation of Section 42, subsection 8 of the 1997 Constitution concerning the payment of allowances. Section 42(8) of the Constitution relates to the functional duties of the IEC as an independent office in conducting election, but does not explicitly give IEC the mandate to pay unapproved allowances not covered within the Electoral Service Code. Therefore, the issue still remains unsolved. The auditor insists. I like that. The Auditor General stated. Additionally, it went on to say, the Auditor General emphasized that the individuals responsible for sanctioning these unauthorized allowances, namely the chairman and the CEO, will be held accountable. Legal measures, including potential surcharges, will be implemented to ensure that both officials refrain from authorizing any ineligible expenditures in the future. Furthermore, the personnel responsible, that is the IEC chairman and the CEO, for authorizing these ineligible allowances will be held accountable, and legal repercussions in the form of surcharges will be taken to ensure that these two individuals will completely desist from authorizing any ineligible expenditures in future, the Auditor General said, and that marks the conclusion of this very detailed article. I hope that they start the surcharges like ASAP, because these people, they did this deliberately to milk us. Let me just say that, to milk us literally. So as you all can see, okay. So this is why I believe I've said this before, and I will say it over and over. Minimum accountability, transparency, and so on in Gambia is UDP. 1, these commissions of inquiries. 2, audit reports. Gambia mudaga. Namangewed, Samafu. These are the ones helping the country to keep us, floating. Because Gambia is struggling. And let me just say something here. Gambia economy is worse. It's way worse than you think. It's way worse than it's being reported. Wala na imagine Dr. Ismaila Sisebe Diamla watu watakatula IMF reference la. Ika wuliala for IMF ye, ika IMF mislead le. Because IMF the Gambia la masakunda sector loud ita be malano. Ika depend data menkang nyulka wala mude ka manipulate. Muna nambe nyimfoka. Ndema economic kara, ma economy law. Akira jana Bangladesh, akira jana Senegal. Mfamol d'accord. Okay, Senegal biri Macky Sall bada jale ya jale science and report o men findita. Itola economic indicator dollar, I don't know which one for GDP la fomu nemba exactly. Itolko 5%, one other 10% lari. But because it was not a good economic indicator, na ko figure nying higher, Itolia they kept it low. They put it at 5%. But the actual figure atondi nying kene otondi Jomai final masakunda na tamer reveal wala it was at 10%. Bangladesh men get out even more outrageous. Okay, Masakunda Nyimbeje, the economic indicators we are all looking good. Bring Musundingo Nyimbeje. Birabodaje, Birata Bijita one time when I call youth unemployment about 12%, something like that, 12% youth unemployment. But the actual figures, Birabodaje, independent, research is almost 40-something%. 40-something%. The actual numbers. It was even worse because it was not just youth unemployment, but unemployment and completely many along they have no access to education whatsoever. So Ninyuluba Siri can number the day for yele. Adam Barona will be, I can tell you, Han Gambia GDP and all these economic indicators, many along Dr. Ismaila Siseka Faberi Laola Woleka, Nabala Ning Kalabante Akumol Fola Rejoldo. Ibatrako, they are all fake and false. Imange Tonyadi. They don't actually reflect the economy. But these are just cooked up numbers. Many alongo, they come up with them. And they want you to believe it. So ning Macky Sall la masakunda be fani afo kanu ngala moli about the economy la state benu nyame Senegal la masakunda la economy be gina jawyare na dan Macky Sall ka fo nyame because ni aji ban Senegal la protest mo membe geda a be fo mo ne mol company bag batala me banko kanu batala be no banko ka but if you look at the real figures the figures we are looking good wadra according to science and information of member Senegal ibe fani ala fo kanu banko dingoli so I hope ala Senegal ala makoy yes sabaro soto because ni ajibe kunun ko ma wata safe kan la Facebook very important article ay wala safe wala be social media ko dol men kuma da wol buka findi ba ko ko do mema flow kan Senegal kono ko do Abokar Sidik lam by the way Abokar la ya safe comme ko do membe dun kan economic kono ko di jama bije makila time la kam time na makibije I jama bije comme isa fono ko illegal money la ya understand anen dulal me yalon ko ko ju jajo lel tataje so niyo be stop yeah, understand. The immediate effect might be that economically more bad feel hardship of kolea domande mesodala. So alama ala Senegal to sabaro you understand ko. Kudol be tama ko no nyama. Ikabo dame woto fo man correct. So wolto nyanda sukila after en abonné nan dula do le bajela ko cool basic job tanku ngoy soto economic tanku ngoy soto. And unka nyimfola because even Gambia nyese kenol be we can have a UDP government within 2 months 3 months within for even 1 year do ya he boy kole ala fata jan hanide Barrow la masa kunda sansa nan kodo be bor kan nyamenten kodo men bebe bor kan men fo adna do kodol be fisa kan wol dol fon la sauce mo illegal e bol sugila la folo ni o fi sugi baje la dol be kole ya fi lebe complain bar kodo mina fintila nen damen na anin daha mina fintila nen damen wol be fanula anu wol fana be sabatila economy truele kawakuya ha so ali moman jay lafta mo hakilo bulande ko anene sunyaro keno allegedly ya samba kidiola in fact I would remember to put that here nanyin diamoro and also video la starting because it's very important kamola hakilo bulande ko ya jamela tamo madunga article nyu fam by the way let me just read the article for you I think I have it here ala headline name sorry I don't have the full article I only have like the headline let me see if I can pull it because alimu manjay some years ago ya mutanu ya 2 minutes sunyaro lale ya jame jamano la nyindi because he's also actually this guy was also mayor of KMC I don't know how many of you can believe that actually alimu manjay munung fengol diko the SAC mayor of KMC alimu manjay who is also the commissioner of the Gambia Scout Association appeared before Principal Magistrate Moses Richards on Monday, 24th September. This was back in 2007. Okay, so he's charged with stealing 4 million Gambian dollars. He is charged with stealing 4 million Gambian dollars. So don't make any sunyarola. This, you know, I know he's an old man, but damn it, man, bro, you made a more milk man. One person system you know I don't know you should be ashamed of yourself and at some point I just say look you know what I'm quitting this shit no balwode so but Mbemba Drammeh la moy ngal promise ko Mbemba na la nyana Mbemba Drammeh la moy folo
mbadi be kontona baake be kontona burebe diare no dum ko nyaari
banange jo
albagan ko di alhamdulillah Mbadi Mbembe keren dunia kono bi amaka Gambia ko ngo bondiji
afanya
Mbembe keren dunia kono bi wala mo inti ko hadamadin ha ni ra kumo fayin adu ngalon ni kumo men nyimba fokan wala mo tonya de bar ni lota kan tele balube sorna a jareta na ho kumo la jengi karala amallay na kala balube alale bulla bi mo man lawra de bi mo lata men na dron nte be damin na ko ben na kan ko non be sa fo ko ra sa o si dama ka balujide so ndawla mambala wala sa o ra si dama ka balujide bar ni re la sa o si nyamo kono nyamo mi ra posino keje o sa o ba furita larne wote bayla
furede
alo be se da tawla akana ke ali ban wala ali kana so wala ite be la so kono ini musu ni ding do bala korda kono jana ana musuna ding adim mo fula baya kanete ya kare fulana nam ndene mbabale mambeng wala nin nale mambeng laftani la korda kono problème tala mbe sabati le jele problème tala yo istra dindi la bun kono jana inen kamma di sila nyokam e mo kede e ko mo yenko batun te fambe bum men kono nga funtine te kana non nte bang musu bang ndini bang pour nimbe hera sura korda kono fonga folotema wo buka ke adu ni keno na folotante labana o buka keno de kare na ta kafala malla su kono mbe kilin jang mbele tamu janti alinga nyoko horma nga nyoko bunya alinga tere korda ta nyata ha barako metena ta sayne e wota en la kare to problem dala woto ntene musu dinu ni ta men fam bolo kala wonte keno la ni men ko sikkena ga fani o buka keno wonte keno la anu hadama ding si hakilo tu bake e kana ngina ka foko e madi jaran ko la kante ka foko buntun sain be dindin jama wolon nun to ni gati gol gosi tigoli ka ke buntun ne kono buntun kalo bunne kono buntun poto e ka da wala ka lo bun kono e tigoli ka kono pour sidi kana dungela buntun ila tigoto o buntun nyin buntun warata nyawnya na jutu tabbero le ka mello a koto ni gabero buja ka boyle
to nya fele
mun ay si fara ke ya jamila ninte bemba le mun te kunkolo nte Mbemba Drammeh hadama ding mellota ko nyen ko kari fulane bi lafta kala jinete bar mbe tinyala le fo sayente kelati ko bismillah ngeta mi ma ala tame nte men nambe kontina walla no margo murtan kan naring akon nyen ko kari fulana nam e hakotu nyen nimisata ngam be foye afay yam fatima ala en kila ya ala kan dal mankiliya bare ngam ni ferjande no lin tente tar la jambi o te be bulala wolle no morkeba ni la korda din laban tambi din folola ni la korda talata tema wali la singiro talati fanna tala falaga lo ni kan ngo president Barrow mu ala hadambat ni ala ga min da hantil da alinga horma nga bunya nga ita ka tere mu mansa te nga ita ka tere mu nyaton koti bar mu homo dandulale bala han mo ni wulu nani wulu fa na futata dino la dingira dol to
thank you
ikana songama
ndala wala
bar dino jana sidame ateli be laban dulabe kala daminti wo mu khaburo leti wo khaburo kito lumbe kala lummen jahannama ni arjana dem inami samano jahannama ami samano arjana baro ala kili mengo jahannama ni arjana da akoy ke wuluna hormale ka bunya
fere wanya daga
bar nali futata dino nding nam na tari ran kanu kana sali fa en nanto kala idunga mansa kanu nyawnya yes oui yes man yes sir no problem your excellency yes sir mbo folale wo munna dunya a dolete aninna hormoni bunya kama bari yes sir ngatti nyayla kola andum dingle bente bulu ka dingle bete bulu nyame andu ite dingle be men do makan te dinnin to do makan ite musu kam men do mun te musu to do makan ninno foire ya be mbete no ma pour ite gatu ilo hormono bunya kono ndeta dum morke bar kana fan yanda kare mo ndi hani be Allah en korda men kono mo kana loy maji aken ko kare ni badin karga kuntu ida bala koti jagolo mi nakana ku ka fo fereng men ka fo mo en ko nin karga tala wala mo men kan ne kan kam do tinye amo sifani ne hakilo tuwaku abe noro banna abe kunna gwala abe labanda ke jahlamati
man koy fa
hadama ding men ne wandi kumo kan ne kan ni re nyugo kumola wakato be ikra ba molo kono ndela keba nabe busala akalola fanse dia tammenna bare nyabe nyim portigola ali malo nyine fadiya siya hana la khabilo kono fadiya
zane de golo
bar ninte mu president Barrow la palaso mo gombo futa tante me ko nyen kare fulana kana dan ko nyimbe darjulo nyinin kan wala togole noma wala togo wala diataye mba fala margo ne ko abe togo soto la bara be kafkilin ate be togo soto la te be mundo otumo
ikelo wala
me jabi no wala ni man ko tan fonaye ay tandala ko ni ko nyimbe togole noma wote temmen na be kafkilin abe togo nginne te be munto bare mo holo ga wakilite noma igela godol keji ire nali nani nabi dimindi nyame musolle be nyum groupe ko ne tulobe na musoga din kono ta kara kononto anin dimbe lala anabe wulila anabe do ko kala anabe kula ana bala fem be kala o dimbe na dunya kono lummin e katagela khaburu din ko sin dunya ni la garal tema
wallahi
femme soto wo din na ko la foki nani ko bari tella fita kar le kala fendi ibe nan la wo kari me lafta kala fendi wo kari fana manne hormaki bunya ali ko ngallo kan ngande o kan atu kan jan kadin dorne bo kenola
sabar kuma kuliyara kuma
inam to nyati nalbe kafula ala kafu nalbe talala ala tala bar ni gamo horma français le kafule respect c'est des mutuelles
elle est mutuelle elle est tout
lettre et la place au dit les rata diala nina kitabo ma fanna dino ko dindin ka keba bunyale ka horma keba ka hinna dindin ni mantaral tema ali kana so nyoma ali kan tar dula kilin ali manke dula kilin mogoti ngene munti la principal oti nte kun kollo be fasaro kila men ngawlo ne de bare nte fasaro kila kanna kati nte fangam fanna kati ko karla ko lam baw gulen to kila yimen ben ku atele jot ni nte ku iran kon iran haram iran bele ko fereng andi te margo fen han men ben groupe ko ko be mbara ni kumuro ni mande tulo la bo groupe ni kono amam fen bonna bare ngam mel longro mu nte ko ni harama be kafurin ila hormo namu dila bono ibe dunya dawda dunya wartale dunia rabunde bar ni man tili buka kun bari dunia dawda itela hormo mu menti ni mo soto don bo jeta blado dunia warni bakele de bar ni mo be kafurin ake ke jonti fan sonto joyala ite dum horo digneti horo yolbe bar le balo kono musol ba be bulu dini ba bulu dini be bulu kono ifan re fanke jonta dun alama leka hani ga dini men wuli de kala jonti parce que très dini ke jonti ko kala ndeto kala de hani bar ni kumo man damata folode kumo be nyaato meni bayita kam president Barrow la ke kana bula ngini nombe tole noma president Barrow male ba pousse kan dame mallafi president Barrow la mallafi ala fereng ira fero be kata yalon sa ni mo ke nga kele ite kamera fo gidi kelolom gidon tede kelo bunda sifa siatale
bola patito
bar mbe sila jele mo mi man sala wulinode ni men ngo fara fani abarakantela asembentela adaji gonte bu ni man sala wulino bar mansa fanansi wuli nyame ala ko londo di dolla mansa mo long mo fam biti dalilo men ngam ko kafu nyoma ke mo sa sigindi o hadama din men re kafu nyoma ke sigindi gullo kono itete ken kalama o gullo kirne bi mansa la wulla sibe nyala bar ko man tala ko ka place dinna man tari kele kan place ko man tari kele kan fenna bar inte be mba ko nte dunia dawda na fulo ninga soto mbaku dimma soto salamu alaikum bar na hormoni na bunya wo mu bay unfortunately wala nga jenjeng ngene mun tala principal
forola
nte ma wulu do ya kama nte sonna do ya la man wulu do ya korda kono na man wulu wo kono hadama diya fang man son do ya la man sa talla man songala
fere
ala barka fo nyaat
ya men baydo ay bore may bambay na UDP du kare da bo ñu la kuto fitno drong ibe bulala wala kono ndenga birin ngeni la koje birin seron de al ne nite la banda ya sile se bamban drong ne fonyonen no man kana korondo be fonyonen al drong ina UDP bata carte fo sutiat politiko ke bare janni kana ni se murnoje ale fitnan dinke drong kaje patio ñu komen because bu ñu boy kana bara be groupe ko kanje bajela ko banko national banko fo be mo se da la problème ñu fa ngamra do be ñamina ma fa problème dimbe jela ali la ma
minto nakatamin hani katamin na duto men ko jambe siri be kantaro do men ni fura de ka hada man mo men jawto te alon dafa law do to ngom mi janna be si ala saudi be politiko ko non ngata muna ne audio delete lefta lon na dalil juma latin nga audio je siara saur forum ye delete lefta wala lon na ba ila fula du dingol lebe diam kay be la ke baro lo fokam yemen ke be wala fokam iba samene be wala fokam yemen fo be wala fodi yadikan so audio le tata ye delete kan delete from the forum no forum o be japande am soro sun my business
kana nduro
ne bonde no la MPP
tere
ke man take je
amono
itel lota ye bondi o wuli nyamati am baka ikam mo me ala kula dutal yem ye lami jata bondi jan abe deri yo kunda nyam bon abe deri mo do tura abe deri itla bondo fula dunya be do pacha mo ni to kuma e to dima saba ada kala jadi to kare mo tahandi wayi yemo la riena executive ko do men da la moto da la fintindi mina olla
hade
ite fodi de malon hani bela la to yele bulu bakan te kalon ne ke le bulu bakan fodi amran te metalo ndege lon ko bulu ba bulo ndega me ngom fon ka 100% danke ne yalla sotal ngam me ngom fon ka 100% danke ne yalla sotal sadio si do control no la ni ko regional advisor ko malo me advisor ni amoy be advisor nat la ite kukurun ka yede bondi je yedo ke je ite bo advisor no la nyaadi ite ba kuma lu notu la membe betal ndol be sadio tibala la ngaje ko MPP ta nyaato bar ko de ho soto je prouve vonko kala ila yombi dino wada kala dunia ko
fere
ndel be sadio tibala la nga ma ko yi men bor la patele 2000 sign nga siara doku ngaje ko president Barrow left time en sota dum ala bo kelal bay de ka to keba nengol ite awa wala jeeto
alla en fitna be
ite awa keba nengol
okay ku dem
ite awa wala do
en fitna
advisor hanni ngara mbor hanni ngara yemode ki amane ko nya advisor mba ko no kala ga ndambe MPP la be do ko kala MPP fayba oh dili do la sirida to kare mo da handi ite mo no fono la mole nyim bankon kanja sa banda ba nyuma la bi tamat tibon damen to man tandan ko sija banda ba
kano vai
banda ba ko dol bi yenta hani la wol fola ngande wolti
sabari
ngande wolti nin tambita ata bete ala ngaw dandala ro dira ata la je ko bawe ke ba do bondi ko bula la mo la be nen
son ko la ka
de frente buri jaay nen afela jam nga bondi jela nga transfer la do afela mburi nga stole wota bola janjani ila yo mi dini asa kiamana yede bodi kiamana de ka bule no weke ite ko gela pari militan ole ni mom bala fete isorom budu kese din
alaw manyin manyana mo
ari odi nga bonde nga transfer mo le dula to tarinka pour ya ma bonni in case evidence let yede bodi science de ka bule pari bon no me ka on nen ha ika mo mi alon bari an dolo mi na de fent
kano fay
dolo mi na mo no manyana ko mo fol mo de la maka ticket ole tinya dom itara yaadi tala ane na das be ngo comme sona ka foko sa wo nun dom bu kama sa wa jube bam ni be balan na balan le balan de ni ala ila kanda wato sindi sikande imaje ko ha nun don de bu kama mu nge ko sa en kanda tal ila mo do ko na campagne wato ndaka men beje ka be bu ka sa de ko ba
kana teru kana ko lo wajaro mangili kana
nga bulaten kana ko mobe sa
ngatu
inshallah ndeni te janni ba fula sanji tan ni anyor nan jang dole bi dantani law fon fola because ita da fon non nde kay ita da fendo fono ita man lo man fello da dum de ita lo ngi say da ngelo
yalo mbakal nde fon son da yalo yop ma jamal ko jam
ita mo baraka mari ita ba jiwala campagne no
sabaro say
chairman ita bondi ta ko bula mo no be mo nen be ko mo fula mo yi to man na o chairman ya sifay
amam futawdo
ko keda sika keda ka advice fon sa han sa ten kon kilo be kafurin yol be sonne nyaade ke advice fon do nyaala mara ndur ngana chairman o fudi bulu te ka mo de bo advice ko mo falay ata be benna biro ton
al kana ko fanyo fayde al wanyo ko don la podon
ite bondi place auto et puis bondi place auto ma ala mutano ma ala sayno je na woni ala en harje nyine la bar na mudo nyin ala en na mudo nyin banjan bari kata lo president ko la moy mola president ko betenne ha fekk e ato dan kon sidi señol bitenne wol mu ala fen ka to dan kono docteur sabale wol mu tray bal sileti kribu karaba afra do beeto ke de monde place afra do o bati ne ci MPP ti nyando ni to ko be MPP ti nyala tele ti nyala law billahi wala ni to ko be MPP ti nyala tele ti nyala
sorry al sabar ñu
mo de MPP
al sabar ñu
ha albe den place do mo le yilla ni mala mo le fon
albem biro
respect ko soto amon fenki hanu kunu ko wol lande be tambele mala fu kunu ko len fa jaare no yala be bu ka sada bo bi je bu ka be fo
abeto fola
man ni ko bu ka be fo ku yaka kere di yaka e bu ka be fo
kané mi rola
na mobile fu la ñobe caaji kan be paré ba man ta fe na be siri nduda suma ko ata himral be mbul be sise janola
na mo nyanda na le la alma na weg la le ka kuran kanta
ndela fa fon nde fa lafta men ndela fa fon kiamani ya yetuje ndela fa wolle yetuje mo be duwata wolle bari le ke baro ani la bunya baliya ani la respect baliya ani la mo kuliya baliya ani la fam farafaro wala yatinna ko yem place au table hey hadama dingo
nyamina ba dure na de
ni man kulu ala buke de ma never ever adu hadama dingo ni mela wulula al batu mela wulula al horoma ika kayra ko so do bara kayra ko baka jamfa ita mo moleti ke
ya fo ba kamal bide
ke dugarere ngabula teng
ngatu wodo
ngana jamfa
belo e de kuma be fo man dia
ndam fula dudi ngode na korda be fula dudi lolu ni fula dudi ngol lebe nyokam
la tela ila kuma sa hayata
lolu ni fula dudi ngol lebe diam la telephone to lolu
albem biro
diam la anytime man science fa ni be diam kan
alta biro to al podon dale la biro to
kana so ngajam fa ya maria tada baraka abeta bara advice is a good, is a very good abeta baka palaso nya alama ala asuma e burkila hormo omu duata dara ma ala place suma e
kana duwa
omu duata balti kontano warta baga bawo e lefta bordal non kata wabara kija farola wodi bara ina ta namur na o mala tentu bale ko kay omu kontano warta baga de inshallah
billahi ngo
baraka bawo la sonno moye murundi nan e ko molle de campagne bata ya bari de president campagne ba ko president ko la moye mola yo molle nata wolle lafta la patiti nyala mo kutole si sen Dr. Shabala adu wolle da fasade wala na hadama dum nim moya lo yen ta lon nayen sidi nyol yakate bakel yo bari fele bulata wala ka kuma foye ka fo yen kamfande jumala be de kamfande ani ka fo molle ke de kol pati ko ne ka kuma foye jumala de kol regional executive ka kuma foye wara yen ne kuma foye because ita fele internet science yo bulata na kande
amanyo
aske no nini ben tanga ngeli po fonga la fele kanye because yen tonya na audio be muri yen ne mene yen ne bala film ko afela mbuli ja ada audio nana ta bola mbulu eva
evidence la mabo
ada ma do nyante kulu mo be kulu wal yanolet banni be kulu wal yala do afana tare ko bar kulu wal ya duate ko to ma si bolo wote
fitno diare nyonya ko bolo
adute wala soto ite
bolo be diara
ite wala soto mo be so kulu wal yano si bala firun keno
bolo be diara ba karbolo barulo albe kara
mo de benda wala ko ba ite o kere faadu nyol fenke nyol wala ke da inte ko ite ra kam fa samba woro te kay dunya mol bente la way kan te kam ko ndengalo dunya mol ka dani man de benda wala ba ite lo ko be la wala ke jafaro ba be ke jafaro ka bodu du kura ba jade du na men nte kay hani man de benda wala nde o kay ndo stand by the nana do aminal problem tala nda sambala do bari ite entena men de boko en tamal de law billahi be senala set ko babino e balna ko e mati bari intela mati tike
ile nen dirin jam fata dan fra
karonde me baj ndeme bonde ndema place dira
sako sa bonda
ndema carte faye keke regional kiamano
sako sa bonda
ite man carte faye nte
fere
so why iben nen ngamune kele to ben tenen nen la taw day lon
amanya nen
e ma ke ku
fere
askeno fo ala sin yake nan
kurvenyo
inshallah
bulo be dila
itle barata nta man bara itle barata nta o kay nta man bara ko melen dola moy sayde wuliya ba katan ko men ni ala tema kata minan ko fele fa jallo fele ndele de pay baka sol mendi na baka sol fele ndaman ka o moti hanni lota en sate o kono iko e ko solo kanyene ko waku wandi folo de wa fele ko yefan it's not true. I'm not that person
ifan sanandi
kata mina nyamno sa campaign ko do mina nyaadile nte mo do wala ndaman ka kiaman ame kiaman abukatu mbulu mantara regional executive for fele wuliaf fele wuliya ba katan ndamanta regional executive ndamanta consequence executive ndaba regional executive so formina nyaadi ndewo ma $200,000 sisite ko kala so ngadi amude
ibe traffic ko na
kala so ngadi amude ana so ngadi amude
concentrated up
ko be keno la nyaadile mais yo foye we wulbu kedi yale foye nte fele katamina jam nata katamina la bohol ko don wara men nata nte la feka pa jallo bi janne nte bi jam mfele janne wala foye wulbu kedi yale foye wala na lun soto de yen koli ka fonye ko Allah be nyaadi de sapa ne ma ko mola kanati na men bo ko kunto e wanyar kanana men bo ko kunto e wanyar
ila masima pak fo
ila ñu wul feñe kale te sinte tiñano wol me entelo ite sinte tiñano bar ko le beta de sinte tiñano ite met ko ite na fulo men kasaranto le siaral saw ite tiñaro men kan do le siaral saw
yenda la biro dol nak ale benje
ite molla sukuro men tiñe ite molla mano men tiñe ite molla na fulo men tiña siaral saw ite sino de siwo fonte mo mole nanto la wulu sato fe nge danke na de fonte passe ne fuda je loje ko yengi ni ka fo ko solo nyina mati to nya wulo na tan taka wala fonte ndo mo de fele wulu bu ke di yafo
jango solo
ile mfania ite alike sono lan tan be ala ma tonya
solo fula sama
ya man be kede ndemalo no da kalo be mesarin ko nyina jalo da
kano ba wasiada
ni da moy fan ko son tawla mala moy
NPP
man ta consequence executive ko kadu chairman o wala ka so ndemo sonno la nyaadi
aboyre kan
fenya kalo be labaradin ko be men bula di food
abe bayne gan
ma nyimna to la moy
abe la moy ka abe bayne gan
ente fenna fendi des allocation landela ndenga lonkete la tete ba duwani ni jannabe fala
abe bayne
ta
gan
kate bale ta duwani ni jannabe fala
abe bayne gan
nte be mba ko to somanda be duwala e mbe dawalo bonda mbadi la ndoma mbe ko betala
ke bayne
ite be yayla ko wuli nyama to
ka folo wuli sen
biri baye wulu nte na menen gena fi ko hani me wolo na kata mina mo wulu to lamante wolo nte ngeta lonne fuladu nte ngeta lonne
ya lombak
ite dum mantala ite kam mo fanda ma be fan yalla aman so ku tije me yalla ka soto ku tije me yalla soto
solo fula somanda ki
me bondi te nyaat len fenkala do badam te nyaat len docteur sabal ni CDC c'est là-bas ko wolle
bara manke docteur ti alka
ko wolle bon wala munafi ko te nyaat li wol te nyaat li wol la te me mat ne ma te nyaat li wol ndeme ma ndeme bon idela kam faji lente kam ela kam fa ida uji lente kam ela kam fa nyambo yake la jubo ko ne siaka ndela business tije ne ano yeke president de son my business ne ano yeke minister de son my business bari ngalon ko moli yentalon ne yetalon moli yetalon ne yentalon
abanda
moli yentalo yetal dabon di lieto bo ibe xaw la ko wulo do mo baraka mata yo wala na keba do bi jako ne musindi ndebere nda baya wulu ndana menam fan ya fam mam fan ya long ndamam fan ya long birinde ba may wulu mam fan ya long
mo kende bala muti
ede boto nam makale man dund la soto moom bon na makay fa korda han bu ngote buli je man dun la so dara ben tan kotor ne be je basol fene wold mol dara wold tabro man fa manke e wulu korda ko no bunte buli je imam bullo je tesi mola katibal ya tesi mola katibal ya ngam wala ya buro men bije hani spain fana dangolam abara mena buru ni no le yale ngam buro to banne ya foda man tamante ande dada foya falla bun kono e ba ma wala ko to nya kambala fa ba billahi mero la ko kambala fa nun do bararara wala bije han say mun la itla wulu mun na fala soto na manke ani do mati wala bije wala be ba ma soro kaka itla balu mun na fala soto itla wulu mun na fala soto dunya ko
NPP politiko dolbe
mo men dada hijol handun le ma soto no i wulu sa no akom bala falte
bak
akom bala falte
poron kuntu ta
daga kungo bonde ke bayana ka silo mata mol kane kaji
yo kunku barabaro
kasi kan ka sambaye ntamanka o mo sifata
ta kunku barabaro le e buso kati
ntamanka o isugo be fantama o manken tati don nimba kale ka turol le bondi ya sika ya dinna ngake yana ya jube ngabu sa moto ina eta akoli ya nyininka nimmen ka fo yo ka wolo ba wulu ya fenya kalol ida ma fo kungo president e ka defam fendere kungo kilimbe jan fo dama wolu bek moni nyame tay te ba ma soro ka wala be na faale na mentu en kalanta yalla ite de barako soto no la ba ye ba filijere ma soro ala te barako di leto ala ko la wulula ni a filije ite fana hamita men ne bugo soto du wala keteta ma je ye bo wulula re ba ni far foko cona bande ite mama wulu ibata la sil do ko ne dale fay la sil do ko
alben biro
itla ko mbala falti
wala nyem ko banna wala be nyem banna
fente fenti gombatu ngande fa mol ben kol kanne pour ngan abula diamo nyum bula ino ngana mbule fe
ndote ko la
ba mol yetalon han say ne ngol botan ko kam mel ma la makatin ko fangolti alla o area mol fangolti kisi mbule defe ida e bo bani far dille ba mala ko fankande bala faale billa wala
kana wol dunde diamo to wala ben biro
ko kam bala fa bakele
albi ngale
su muske ba kende birin furra su ko ni kuya har bu kendo fanwe ma kenoji itla balu e mun na fala so itente fenneti
kano fay
biri juna ni tolin alon ko te al halo tan chamani en place on tadi le
waro ka kala baga ka mo kunta nyamal tombo o ka kala
la ko fo bala fa o se bure de fe mbar ngande fan kantam fantinya fam kanende ko be bulay fan ko be diam kala sitam fantinya mo furin itas allocation wala nan dal yani allocation wala mola na e futa jeta yenyi ninka ndafela ja wulu ta jande mbijam Rasulullah non de kam fa be fania
mulo damo barakare mba
en ci bañol te met la mun karale ba
kam damo barakare mba
ni ko moka kungona tale ka ki moy ya understand ni ka e ka fengo do ko for example e ka futa na bare ka fengo do ko ka sike kan e ka samba akada ka ja ke tenda ke je e man ra fenyi ne je ndol ma wala taraji ite mo furing la ngande kalan kadam fantinya kada mo ni ko be diam le be fantinya la bar han janni sama ne attaki nambe fen takele kan ko rek ko na mo la bara diam
tale sambo war yo banda nyongo ga nga abe banna fo men de mo da fara dala wala da kunku dale jumbulol kundu ale manku bulol kati nyoga ma lebe MPP biro do o kay mom abe ako bana ga ko bana ala gala ke bañi yol fan del be barola doctrine ni na ko sonka mero ke lol ka bang sonko ni akamda mere jana mere siri nyambe nyon audio la moy la adu ngalan ko afana audio lu bondile so nyang pura be bandron ko his excellency fo ya nyame ndro ke lol baba nal bem biro do nal benda biro do momo ne la podon memba de wulu asi koy kodi yo programme ni mbada na jeno sai for NPP tumando ba to alnga duwa foka fo nyim fasi janjang dimo problème kana de problème on bo report la NPP problème because ndol tuno ya wol kabete abakal wala ngambe jambando to bi NPP la nyomo baliani la tinyaro ni la tinya because be tinya role so ni fanal be tinya kan pati ni nabe janjang kan dron Gambia bela nyato tala woti Gambia la mantabe mbala woti ning NPP ngollu e ala setana barandi da mal tema wala ala ka setana barandi da mal tema wati ne wati ila pati ni ay janjang ay tinya ay kasara because patiyo nyin lora tlimbala kan patiyo nyin lora nakarola kan patiyo nyin lora gamenon kasarola kan so ning ala nara fitna dum baran sidan barandi da mawol tema ebe nyo kaja file be nyo tinyala wo mu kultime yala ngontol bo nyin la bake anum ba ko nyin mba promote la ha wo kadiantule baka kadenye bake akamunum fe jambando di fan wati dol yo ala baraka bake me programme nyi mbada najana inshallah we will catch up here again topic men discuss today some of them in fact maybe next topic next program maybe we get into some of them but have a good night.